Hey, what's up everyone? Welcome to General Hospital latest episode. January 22nd, 2026. By Harsha Pander Anga. General Hospital's Detective Harrison Chase, played by Josh Swickard, has been one of the fan-favorite characters of the show for a long time. However, his decisions in the past few months, especially regarding his former lover Willow, have led the fans to feel annoyed. Now, the viewers have taken to social media to discuss their opinion on him. Here's what the fans are saying. On General Hospital, Chase voluntarily involved himself in attempting to prove Willow's innocence about shooting Drew Kane. He has often gone out of his way to achieve this goal, which has put both his personal and professional life in jeopardy. While his wife, Brooke Lynn, was forgiving of his decision, Dante, the current acting commissioner at PCPD, was not. Given Chase's action, Dante made the difficult choice to suspend him. Earlier this week, he got into a fist fight with Michael, accusing him of shooting Drew and framing Willow. Later, he went to congratulate Willow after the jury found her not guilty in the case. These events have not sat well with the audience. One General Hospital fan posted their opinion on the show's Facebook page. They wrote, "I cannot wait to see his face when he finds out the truth about Will Not. He was so wrong. He risked his career and marriage for Willow, and he had the nerve to bring her a bouquet of flowers, but he won't tell Brooklyn about that. He needs to be evicted from the Quartermaine Mansion." The post has since gone viral, garnering hundreds of replies. One user commented, "Don't even pack his bags. Just throw them out the window. His behavior is shameful." Meanwhile, another replied, "The truth can't come soon enough to see Chase eat crow and everybody apologize to Michael." A third user added, "Willow is playing Chase like one of Joe's perfectly tuned violins." Some have even criticized the show writers. A user said, "Chase is a nice guy, and they are taking him in the wrong direction." "It is really sad the writers did this to Chase's character," said another. The backlash didn't stop there. As the discussion continued to grow across multiple platforms, fans began digging deeper into Chase's recent behavior and how drastically it contrasts with the man they once admired. For many longtime viewers of General Hospital, Detective Harrison Chase was always the moral compass, the cop who believed in justice above all else, even when it cost him personally. That's exactly why this current storyline is hitting such a nerve. A large portion of the audience feels that Chase hasn't just made a mistake. They believe he's crossed a line that fundamentally alters who he is. Fans are pointing out that his obsession with proving Willow Tate innocent wasn't based on evidence, but on unresolved emotions. In their eyes, Chase didn't behave like a detective. He behaved like a man still emotionally tied to his ex, no matter how much he insists he's moved on. Viewers also can't ignore the damage this has caused to his marriage with Brooke Lynn Quartermaine. While Brooke Lynn has tried to be understanding, fans feel she's being written as too forgiving. Social media is filled with comments questioning why Brooke Lynn isn't angrier, why she hasn't demanded full transparency, and why she seems to be the one absorbing all the emotional fallout while Chase continues to spiral. Many fans believe the turning point was the moment Chase confronted Michael Corinthos and accused him of shooting Drew Kane. That physical altercation didn't just shock viewers, it convinced them that Chase had completely abandoned logic. For a character who once followed procedure to the letter, throwing punches and making public accusations without proof felt wildly out of character. Then there's Dante Falconeri, whose decision to suspend Chase as acting commissioner divided fans, but not in the way one might expect. Surprisingly, most viewers sided with Dante. Many praised him for doing what Chase couldn't, separating personal feelings from professional duty. Some even argued that Dante showed more loyalty to Chase by suspending him, hoping it would force him to finally confront his mistakes. The bouquet of flowers Chase brought to Willow after the verdict only added fuel to the fire. Fans called it inappropriate, tone-deaf, and disrespectful to Brooke Lynn. Several viral posts pointed out that Chase didn't just cross emotional boundaries, he ignored them completely. To many viewers, that single gesture symbolized everything wrong with the storyline, Chase prioritizing Willow's feelings over everyone else's, including his wife. As the outrage grew, so did speculation about what comes next. A popular theory among fans is that Chase's reckoning will be brutal. Viewers are convinced that when the full truth about Willow finally comes out, Chase will be forced to face the consequences of every reckless decision he's made. Many are hoping for a public revelation, something dramatic that forces Chase to admit he was wrong in front of Michael, Brooke Lynn, and the entire Quartermaine family. Speaking of the Quartermaines, fans are already predicting chaos at the mansion. Some believe Chase won't leave quietly when the truth explodes. Others think he'll be kicked out in humiliating fashion, especially if Brooke Lynn finally reaches her breaking point. Longtime viewers know that when the Quartermaines turn on someone, they don't hold back, and fans seem eager to watch that fallout unfold. There's also growing frustration directed at the writers. While audiences understand that flawed characters make for compelling drama, many feel this arc has gone too far. Fans argue that Chase's integrity was one of the last, pure elements left on the show, and watching it unravel feels less like good storytelling and more like character assassination. Several comments echo the same sentiment. Conflict is fine, but erasing years of character development is not. Still, not everyone is completely against the storyline. A smaller group of fans believes this arc could ultimately redeem Chase, if handled correctly. They argue that hitting rock bottom might force him to grow, reevaluate his priorities, and finally let go of Willow for good. According to this camp, Chase needs to lose everything before he can become the man viewers once rooted for. Whether that redemption actually happens remains to be seen. For now, one thing is clear: Chase is no longer the unquestioned hero he once was. He's a deeply polarizing figure, sparking debate, anger, and disappointment in equal measure. And in the world of daytime television, that kind of reaction usually means one thing: the story is far from over. As General Hospital moves forward, all eyes will be on Chase's next move. Will he double down on his choices, or will reality finally catch up with him? Will Brooke Lynn continue to stand by his side, or will she decide that enough is enough? And when the truth about Willow fully comes to light, will Chase accept responsibility, or will he once again let his emotions cloud his judgment? One way or another, fans agree on this much: the fallout is coming. And when it does, it may change Harrison Chase forever. From this point forward, the conversation among fans takes on an even deeper and more emotional tone. What started as frustration has now evolved into genuine concern about where the storyline is headed and what it ultimately means for Chase as a character. For decades, viewers have invested in characters not just for entertainment, but because they represent ideals, struggles, and growth over time. Harrison Chase, in particular, was someone many fans looked to as a symbol of integrity in a town often filled with corruption, secrets, and moral gray areas. Now, fans argue that Chase seems lost. They point out that his recent choices don't feel like momentary lapses in judgment, but rather the result of a slow emotional unraveling. The pressure of unresolved feelings for Willow, combined with his desire to be the hero, appears to have pushed him into a mindset where he believes the ends justify the means. To viewers, this is a dangerous shift, one that undermines the very reason they respected him in the first place. A major theme emerging in fan discussions is accountability. Many feel Chase has yet to truly face the consequences of his actions in a meaningful way. Yes, he was suspended. Yes, his reputation took a hit. But emotionally, fans don't believe he has fully reckoned with the damage he's caused. Instead, they see him doubling down, convinced that his intentions somehow excuse his behavior. This refusal to self-reflect has only fueled viewer anger. Another point fans repeatedly raise is how isolated Chase has become. Once surrounded by colleagues who trusted him and a wife who believed in him unconditionally, he now stands on shaky ground. His relationships feel strained, his professional standing uncertain, and his moral clarity clouded. Viewers note that isolation has often been a precursor to major character breakdowns on the show, and many fear Chase is headed down that same path. The dynamic with Brooke Lynn is especially painful for fans to watch. Many viewers empathize with her position, feeling she has been forced into emotional labor she never asked for. She's expected to be understanding, patient, and forgiving, all while her husband's actions suggest his heart may not be fully with her. Fans are asking tough questions. How long can love survive without trust? At what point does forgiveness turn into self-sacrifice? Meanwhile, Chase's fixation on Willow continues to dominate the narrative. Fans argue that his need to protect her feels less about justice and more about redemption, perhaps even guilt. Some speculate that Chase sees Willow as a symbol of a life he might have had, and saving her becomes a way of rewriting his own past mistakes. But in trying to fix Willow's situation, he's arguably breaking his own life apart. Social media discussions have also highlighted how this storyline impacts other characters. Michael, in particular, has become a focal point of sympathy. Many viewers believe he was unfairly vilified, not just by Chase but by the narrative itself. Fans are eager for a moment when Michael is vindicated and acknowledged as a victim of false assumptions and misplaced loyalty. Dante's role continues to be praised by fans who see him as the voice of reason. In contrast to Chase's emotional reactions, Dante represents stability and leadership. Viewers appreciate that he upheld the law, even when it meant disciplining someone he cares about. Some fans have even suggested that Dante's actions highlight just how far Chase has drifted from his own principles. As speculation grows, fans are crafting theories about how the storyline might resolve. One popular theory suggests a dramatic public reveal of the truth about Willow, something that forces Chase to confront his mistakes in front of everyone he wronged. Others believe the fallout will be more personal, with Brooke Lynn issuing an ultimatum or walking away entirely. There are also predictions that Chase might voluntarily step away from the force, recognizing that he can no longer separate his emotions from his job. What nearly all fans agree on is that a simple apology won't be enough. Redemption, if it comes, will need to be earned through sustained accountability, humility, and change. Viewers want to see Chase struggle, reflect, and grow, not be quickly forgiven and reset to his old role. They argue that anything less would feel dishonest and unearned. The frustration isn't just about Chase, it's also about storytelling. Fans are increasingly vocal about their desire for character-consistent writing. They understand that people change, but they want those changes to feel organic and justified. When a character's actions contradict years of established behavior without sufficient exploration, it breaks immersion and trust. Despite the anger and disappointment, there is still a sense of hope lingering among longtime viewers. Many admit that their strong reactions come from caring deeply about the character. They don't want Chase destroyed, they want him rebuilt properly. They want to believe that this storyline, painful as it is, might lead to a more complex, self-aware version of the man they once admired. Until that happens, the debate will continue to rage. Every new episode adds fuel to the discussion, every new scene dissected and analyzed online. Chase has become a lightning rod for fan emotion, anger, sadness, frustration, and hope all rolled into one. In the end, this storyline serves as a reminder of why soap operas endure. They provoke emotion, spark conversation, and force viewers to confront uncomfortable questions about loyalty, love, and morality. Whether Harrison Chase emerges from this arc redeemed or permanently changed, one thing is certain: his journey has left an undeniable mark on the audience, and fans will be watching every step closely, waiting to see if justice, both personal and professional, finally prevails.